Hi, hello, good morning. Welcome to today's session. So, in the previous session of our discussion, we were discussing about the concept from the chapter from trade to territory. So, before going further, different concept from the chapter. So, for periodic test 1, portion will be uh, first chapter from history, that is how, where, and when. Then second chapter is under progress, so that's why this chapter is not taken into consideration. Then from political science part, Indian constitution and understanding secularism, these two chapters we completed. So first chapter, that is Indian constitution, is taken into consideration. Then from geography part, there we completed two chapters, that is resource, then land, soil, water, and natural vegetation. So these two chapters are taken into chapters are completed. So from three parts, three different chapters, first three chapters are taken into consideration. I repeat once again: how, where, and when from history, resource from geography, then Indian constitution from political science. So these three chapters are mainly the syllabus which you need to prepare for periodic test 1. And question paper pattern, it is mainly designed as per 10th pattern, that is it consists 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 mark, and 4 mark. So about the pattern, further information will be given from the WhatsApp group. So then coming to the chapter, next concept, company officials became nabobs. So about this we discussed in the previous chapter, previous session. So company servant, after the battle of Plassey, they began to vision, dream, to live like nawabs. The actual nawabs of Bengal, they were forced to give land and a vast sum of money as a personal gift to company officials in order to protect their security, internal understandings, cooperation, and coordination. In the year 1764, that is after the Battle of Boxer, Robert Clive, he was appointed as Governor of Bengal. Then the company officials visualized themselves as Nawab. So Nawab, it is an anglicized means modified, similar, related word, version of Indian word Nawab in Nawab. Then company rule expands. So this is the concept we need to discuss in today's session. Now, Battle of Plassey and Battle of Boxer made a kind of confidence among British to establish, extend their trade activities as well as their political affairs, that is economic and political matters. Now these two battles made even British to expand administrative matters, administrative powers. That is, the company launched a direct military attack on unknown territory. Unknown territory. So, in order to hold control on the province or the territory, what these British or company used to do, they used to attack, they used to launch, they used to conduct military campaigns only on unknown territories. There, instead of uh, 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 it instead it used a variety of political, economic, and diplomatic methods to extend its influence before annexing an Indian kingdom. Means directly they used to announce, launch, battle or war. Then after, if they are not willing or interested to face the war, then they are made to accept some of the policies which are advised or suggested by British. That's what through their diplomatic means ಆಡಳಿತಾತ್ಮಕ ಸೂತ್ರಗಳು, diplomatic, political and economic measures. So, after the Battle of Buxar, the company appointed residents in Indian states. They were political and commercial agents, and their job was to serve and further the interest of company. So, after Battle of Buxar, Robert Clive, he was appointed as governor of Bengal. So, like this, company went with appointing an official in India so that it, the official can look after the various affairs in favor of British, and he was working like political and commercial agent, and only his work is related to the interest of company. Then the residents, through the residents, the company officials began interfering in the internal affairs of Indian states through the residents. Residents means these governor generals, viceroys and other officials. East India Company or British started to interfere in the affairs of Indian states or local rulers. ಸ್ಥಳೀಯವಾಗಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ರಾಜ ಮಹಾರಾಜರ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನಗಳ ಆಡಳಿತಾತ್ಮಕ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ, ರಾಜಕೀಯ, ಆಡಳಿತಾತ್ಮಕ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹಸ್ತಕ್ಷೇಪವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಾರಂಭಿಸಿದರು. ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇರ್. Sometimes the company forced the states into subsidiary alliance. So this is the most important. Subsidiary alliance. ವಸಾಹತುಶಾಹಿ ಸಹಾಯಕ ಸೈನಿಕ ಪದ್ಧತಿ in Kannada. Subsidiary alliance. So subsidiary alliance is one such diplomatic policy which was introduced by British. It was introduced by Lord Wellesley. Lord Wellesley, spelling is Wellesely, Wellesley. So this policy explains clearly that according to the terms of this alliance, Indian rulers were not allowed to have their independent armed forces. They were to be protected by the company but had to pay for the subsidiary force that the company was supposed to maintain for the purpose of this protection. If the Indian rulers failed to make the payment, then the part of their territory was taken away as penalty. So I explained clearly, no need to get confusion. Now the topic which we are discussing, company rule expands. How they started to expand their rule? By interfering in the matters of administrative, political and economic matters of Indian states or Indian rulers. So how they started to interfere? So they started to launch military campaign or battles to the unknown territory. Then there they used to impose, they used to force to accept some of the policies. So if they are not accepting, then forcibly they used to seize the territory. So like this, the company went with appointing some of the officials. These officials were mainly working only in favor of company, and they were acting as an agent of commercial and economic matters of company, and the workings of these officials will be always in the interest of company. Then one such important policy which was introduced by Lord Wellesley, it is subsidiary alliance, ಸಹಾಯಕ ಸೈನಿಕ ಪದ್ಧತಿ. So according to this policy, Indian ruler is not allowed to have their own troop. Troop means force, military force, armed force. Whenever any enemy attacks, by that time company is going to protect from their armed force. Only the local ruler need to pay the amount so that company can maintain the armed forces for these purpose. Suppose if the ruler fails to pay the amount or tax, then some part of their territory was taken under their control, or it is going to be annexed. I repeat once again, ಸಹಾಯಕ ಸೈನಿಕ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಭಾರತ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು ತಮ್ಮ ವಶಕ್ಕೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಜಾರಿಗೆ ತಂದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪದ್ಧತಿ. ಈ ಪದ್ಧತಿಯನ್ನು ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ವೆಲೆಸ್ಲೆ ಇವನು ಜಾರಿಗೆ ತರ್ತಾನೆ. ಈ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನದ ಅರಸರುಗಳು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ತಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಸೈನ್ಯವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದೋ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶತ್ರುಗಳು ಆ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನ ಅಥವಾ ಅರಸರುಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ದಾಳಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಕಂಪನಿಯು ತನ್ನ ಸೈನ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸಿ ಆ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನ ಅಥವಾ ರಾಜನ ರಕ್ಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಭಾರತೀಯ ರಾಜ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನದ ಅರಸರುಗಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ವಾರ್ಷಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ತೆರಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಕಪ್ಪ ಕಾಣಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಕಪ್ಪ ಕಾಣಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಫಲ ಆದರೆ ಅಥವಾ ತಿರಸ್ಕರಿಸಿದರೆ, ಈ ಪದ್ಧತಿಯನ್ನು ಒಪ್ಪಲು ತಿರಸ್ಕರಿಸಿದರೆ, ಸೊ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಭಾಗವನ್ನು, ಆ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನದ ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ವಶಕ್ಕೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು. ಇದು ಸಹಾಯಕ ಸೈನಿಕ ಪದ್ಧತಿ. ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಝಾನ್ಸಿ ರಾಣಿ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಬಾಯಿ from Awadh region. Then best example from our Karnataka, it is Kittur Rani Channamma. So this is subsidiary alliance. So this question may come for 1 mark and even for 3 mark also. So this is the important part of the chapter. So understand well. So let me stop today's session and let us meet in tomorrow's session. Thank you and all.